All right, we'll go with this. Oh, how's your morning? Again. It's cold in this room, but I'm scared to turn on the heater. So I'm drinking coffee. This is a second floor bonus room, so as soon as you turn on the heat, like it's gonna completely take over this room. So, good morning again, everybody. Good morning, Evan. Good morning, even supposing. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, Red Hen. Actually, I think I probably do need to do that because I was using the Logitech to record a video Tuesday, but then I streamed afterwards. There's one more thing I want to kill here. Let me see if I can kill this. Yeah. So there's this app called Voice Mod that's running on here. It's taking over my audio configuration. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. So I can do that afterwards. We'll deal with that later. So I got here like 5 minutes before 10 and have just been like trying to get this going. And of course, whenever you try to rush through to get something going, it's not going to go well, right? It's just how it's going to work. So we're all fine and dandy now. So I learned something at the vet this morning. So let's have a pet talk real quick. So Toby was good. It was his annual checkup, and I took him this time. So he had to get his shots, and just get poked and prodded, and he did fine. So I get the receipt, I get home, and my wife said, "How did Toby do?" And I said, "Oh, he did great." The doctor said, he's just fine, nothing going on with him. And then I start looking at the it's like 3 sheets from the test results, and I'm reading like, oh, this is fine, and then there's one where is it? There's one called body condition, 5 out of 9. Out of a scale of 9, 5 out of 9. I'm like, wait a minute, body condition 5 out of 9. Like, have you seen Toby? Have you seen Toby's pictures? He is perfect condition. So I'm like, what is this 5 out of 9? And my wife's like, what is this? I'm gonna look this up on the internet. Turns out that's like your body mass, like our body mass index, to where 5 out of 9 is the middle perfect range of weight to body ratio. So 1 out of 9 would be too skinny, 9 out of 9 would be too fat for like the pet. So he was like 5 out of 9, and I was screaming at it because I didn't know what that meant. And I'm like, they didn't say anything. Why is he 5 out of 9? He should be 9 out of 9, clearly. I mean, look at him. This is a 9 out of 9 dog. So yeah, so 5 out of 9 turns out to be the perfect number. Who knew? I learned something today at the vet. So yeah, so Toby is a perfect 5 out of 9. So there you go. So if you have anything today that's like a perfect score, you can call it a 5 out of 9, because apparently that's how pets work. So also at the vet, there was I didn't get to see them, but someone brought in a wagon full of lab puppies. I heard the number 11 being thrown around. That seems a little high to me for the number of puppies, but they were in the next room. They were very quiet. There was an oh my god, this one's 9 pounds already. But they referred to them all as colors. So there were so many of these lab puppies that, number one, they brought them in a wagon, and number two, when they got them in, they had to label them all different colors so they knew which ones they were testing, right? So, all right, bring me red, green, blue, yellow, purple. Like, it was hilarious. And then the final vet story of the day was, we're waiting out front to check out, and there's a guy there with his cat that's going in, and there's another guy that is just hanging out, and they come out to talk to him, and they say, is he around back? And the guy's like, yeah. So I'm like, oh, here we go. So like, we're in a rural-ish area, and so this is a vet center with like 3 or 4 vets, and one of them is the farm vet, right? he or she, I forget if it's a male or female. There's our Toby's vet's female, so I don't know what this other doctor is. That's the farm vet, but they go out and to the farms and do all that stuff. Well, we go outside and I'm expecting to see a horse, but it was a goat out back. So we had lab puppies and goats at the vet today, because that's how we roll in Macon, Georgia. Toby thoroughly enjoyed the vet, so so it was been a morning, and yeah, it's been good. So Jesse, I didn't get to see your 50th pin. Can you link that in the chat? Jonathan is actively working on my Rod and Lamy Safari. He is very happy with the progress so far. Just kidding. Jonathan and I talked yesterday after that. I knew he had seen that picture of that Lamy. There was no way someone hadn't sent him that, so that was perfect. That was something else. Like, I expected weird things for the Safari. I did not expect that level of rod and work on the Safari. Link it. I've said this 1,000 times and I'll never do it. I need to go clean up my Instagram follows so I can actually see the things that y'all talk about. I've been way too liberal in Instagram follows and the way the algorithm works now. Holy cow. Yeah, I did not see that. That looks amazing. That is wild. Dang. That's cool. Congrats, Jesse. I love it. Ninja rodding. Yeah, so like my Instagram, like I think you're on here, you know how to get in touch with me pretty easily. Twitter's your number one option, then email. If you ever send me an Instagram message, it may not ever be answered. Like, Instagram messages are like a black hole for me because it's just such a poor interface. But if I go into my account, I'm following 3,111 people on Instagram. And there's probably a bunch of accounts that I don't need to follow over the years. So I need to go through so I'm actually seeing things like this post from Franklin Christoph. I follow Franklin Christoph. I'll never see these posts. Yeah, you didn't see the Rod and Lamy Safari. Let me see if I can pull it up for you real quick. Someone else will probably beat me to it. But this is worth talking about since Jonathan's here. And I really don't have any topics to discuss today, so we can talk about anything y'all want to talk about. Let me bring that up. Because I'm assuming Mike put it in the show notes. Yep. Got it right here. Auto Trader ads. That's a new one. Yeah, Groovy Times. Like, I'm particular with my Twitter feed because I'm in there more than Instagram. So my follows on Twitter range from like 400 to 600. Like, that's my range. Sometimes I get like following too many people, then I'll go and knock it back down. With Instagram, I never did that. I never managed it. So there's a bunch of stuff in there that's pushing out the stuff that I really want to and should be seeing. So that's been kind of dumb. So, I'll just have to fix that. Yeah, so let me pull this up on... I don't know why I just linked it. I should pull it up on here. Even though I don't know if I can get a big enough picture on here. We'll see what I can do. All right. Yeah, they left that in there, I guess, so they can code it properly. Oh, did they? It looks like they repainted the Lamy name. I want to get a bigger picture of this. So let's see if I can find... Oh, this isn't what I want. I'm used to Safari's page source. Yeah, I don't know the the Google Chrome tools. So if you go on Safari and view page source, it'll slot the images in a folder, and then you can embiggen them. This, I can find them in the page, probably here. No, those are icons. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. Anyway, It looks like the clip and cap have been done. Arushi, right, Jonathan? It looks like the clip and cap have been recoated. The cap definitely looks like it. But then the Lamy name, maybe that could just be temporary too. Because I'm sure they will clean that up. If you spent that much time and money getting this, thank you, Michael. If you spend that much time and money, although it does look in this picture, it looks kind of like it's sprinkled with something. Like this looks like it has a texture in the wording here. But regardless, I mean, what do you expect this to look like? It's a Lamy Safari, right? I think it's cool that they left the name. Silver powder, is that what it looks like to you? I'd buy that. But you can tell in the ink window, like it's all lacquered around there as well. I think it looks fantastic. Yes, so that's what I was getting at, Mr. Rocktober. This is so ridiculous that you want the Lamy name to be on there, which I didn't even think about when Jonathan and I have talked about this. Like, Jonathan, I don't care whether the name's on there or not, but it's so just absurd. You want that name to show off on there like that. Beanie Duck, thanks for the sub. I appreciate you. So here's the sound that I'm not getting now. Y'all probably didn't get that either. So the sub. Beanie Duck, you're awesome. I really, really appreciate that. I got to get my GIF in for the subs. I'm going to do the Safaris will have the name. Nice. I need to do the Sherry. You heard the sub sound? Okay. It's totally me. I'm going to uninstall this one app that I think is causing the problem with that. So I won't have to deal with it anymore. So as long as you can hear my mic and I see those pop up, it's good. But I'm going to get the All-Star. Yeah, it's not even recessed at all. I figured if I had to guess, I figured that I would have guessed that was you. Thanks, Lindsay. You're the best. You're awesome. So yeah, y'all go subscribe to Ducks Doodles blog. I share her posts whenever she posts, but she doesn't post enough, so get on that, Lindsay. Just kidding. Oh yeah, no. We only do it's 2 beeps for a changeup or a curveball and no beeps for a fastball. So, yeah. We gotta talk about the Astros stuff. Then we'll get back to the Lamy. That's egregious. The videos that I've been watching about that, and I'm actually listening to Effectively Wild this morning on the way over here where they're discussing it. That's my favorite podcast on the planet, by the way, if you're a baseball person. That's the only podcast that I don't miss an episode of. The videos are egregious. The one where Danny Farquhar figures it out is amazing. It's amazing that didn't get caught before. And like the podcast is called Effectively Wild. Yeah, Lindsay. The thing is, I guarantee every team does that. Guaranteed 100%. I don't think anyone doubts the fact that every single team is trying to do something like that. But they just happen to get it's it's pretty telling. The videos are pretty amazing. I'm surprised. I'm sure it was caught sooner, but now it's coming out. So anyway, enough baseball talk, at least for this minute. But yeah, pretty great, right? How do Aurelius, I'm gonna put you on the tardy list. Aurelius tardy on Thursday. So you're tardy. No. So Jonathan, answer me this. These rodden strips, how do they work to be this long? Do you have that bit of insight? And what shells get used for this technique? So this was an AMA for me, except I'm asking Jonathan all the questions. Even supposing you're totally right. And like I said, I don't look down on the Astros because they did this and got caught. I look at just the spectacle of it as outrageous in the totality of it. You can buy it that way. Okay, so do you buy actually partial strips and things like that? Yeah, see, that looks awesome. I wish, what's the guy that does Hakumen Urushi Kobo? What's his name? I've met him. Ernest Shin. He's just not taking any additional work. I've tried to get him to do a pen for me when I met him in person, and he wouldn't take it. So it's just, yeah, Ernest's works is awesome. I wonder if he has the picture of the one I've tried to buy. I've tried to buy one off of I forget who had it. I don't know if it was one of Ernest's personal ones, or I guess it's in this one. No. I don't know if it was Ernest's personal one, but it was definitely it was this style, but in a green, like a lime green chartreuse colorway. So I don't know who has that one. That's what I want. There's not a picture of it on here. I don't know if Thomas owns it, or if it was one of Ernest's personal pens. Well, Lay has a little bit different cachet than I do as far as that goes, of being able to buy the personal pens of the artist. She's got that monopolized pretty well. So there was one that's green and yellow that was drop dead gorgeous. But I mean, I don't know if Ernest is ever going to do anything anymore or what. But so the short version is, from what Jonathan just said, you can buy the shell in this configuration. So are you buying individual strips? You're not cutting, like the cutting of this is the challenge, right? You wouldn't want to ever do that. You want it pre-configured if you're going to do something long like this, I assume. And is this always abalone, or is this a different shell, or does it matter like what the shell is? Is it always abalone? Like, these are the things I don't know. Yeah, Jonathan just texted me a picture. Good God. Can I show this picture? I don't think it's any kind of secret thing. But what I want to know is where this comes from. Is this natural or man-made? Right? So Jonathan just texted me this picture of the strips. I'm not on a Mac here, or else I'd like airdrop it to the computer so you could see it larger. Let's see if I can get that in there. But that's like what all the strips of the shell look like. You can't see the coloration in them, but that's like a lot of ships. It's real shell, but laminated and cut in strips. So I'm gonna stay on this. So by real shell, is there a shell type? Like, I understand that it's texturally shell, right? So the lamination gives it the sturdiness, I take it. Tony, I'm gonna ban you. Abalone, mother of pearl. Okay, that's what I was figuring. The minutia of all this is just fascinating. How do you get it to go down straight? Because the pins aren't always flat. Clam clamps. I'm gonna kill y'all. Hit pray, right? This is what I needed today, y'all. Oh my god. I had a day yesterday. Sheesh. Yeah, anxiety's a biatch sometimes. I'll tell you what. It is cold in this room. Clam roller. I like that. Well, okay, this could get sideways pretty quick. Alright, so, yeah. Pretty great. Pretty great stuff. Yeah, so does anyone know the person behind the Twitter account, the Instagram account? What is it? I already forgot the account. I already closed it. Where is it? Mart JP, which again, this is someone I follow. This goes back to the discussion about I follow too many people on Instagram to see everything that comes by my screen. But look at this. This is a Kakuno that's getting lacquered. Yeah, I don't know. In Slack, they were probably talking about Bocamundo, who does she does like a lot of those Pelican Arushi and lacquer pens. I mean, she does a lot of different ones, but I always notice the Pelican ones. That is Bocamundo. This person I do not know. Or is this a whole thing? Are those all Kakuno parts? Those look like Kakuno parts. That's hilarious. Like, I don't know. Y'all know what I feel about the Japanese art and artwork. It just fascinates me. So yeah, there's the number 50 size nib on the left. That's in the they have those in the Emperor. I get to see one of those. So the nib in my pen is a 10. So it's smaller than the one on the right. The one on the right in this picture is a 20. The one on the left is a 50. The one in these is a 10. I bet you probably have a whole tray of just practice coatings just to see how things react and work. I would imagine so. It's like a little lab. Look at these nibs. Is this a regalia nib? I was gonna say regalia labs nib. Yeah, but if I went from 3,000 to 1,500, my algorithm would be a lot better, right? It'd be more refined. So yes, I use Instagram less and less because of the I'm not seeing the algorithm. It's bad. It was a bad idea. It was always a bad idea. Oh, so yeah, now that's weird. That's bothersome. So even if you do narrow it down, it's still going to favor what could be a post from 2 days ago, right? That's true. Like, it still wouldn't be accurate. It still wouldn't be current. I would have a tougher time. All right, so one of the things I need to do today, I seriously have to get some work done today. There's going to be no Goose Game after this today, chat, unfortunately. But the way next week is looking, we should have some Goose Game time because I don't have a lot of plans as long as I can get my work done. I still haven't booked the Philly Show hotel, and I'm going to go do that right now while we're talking. So, hooray, Philly Pen Show. That sucks, Sarah. Like, it's bothersome. It's bothersome. Dude, the Gold Spot does such a great job. So Tom Otto, who a lot of y'all know from Ink Journal and from, oh no, did Morrissey do something bad again? I saw Merlin's doll parts tweet storm yesterday. Let me look. I got Twitter up right here. Okay, before I get into that. Oh, the Lamis are nearly finished. That's crazy. So Tom actually puts together the catalog. That's how he originally got hired to Goldspot, was doing those like advertising and catalog layouts. That was his original job. I'll have to go check it. It's not this morning. Plus he's on the West Coast. He was probably just getting up. But I will look at that because I love Merlin, of course. Or you can send me the link to the top thread of it because I would like to see that. All right. Philly Pen Show. I'm not putting this on screen so y'all don't get to see my credit card information and crap like that. All right, so Philly Pen Show is January 17th, 18th, and 19th. I am not going to bring knock. I'm going to go to a pen show for the first time in 5, 6, 7 years. All right, cool. I'm going to bring this up just so I can, I don't know, maybe I'll... Oh, God, an admittedly U.S.-centric take on the Morrissey problem. Okay, this is a long thread. I'm going to save that because... Oh, awesome, Lindsay. I can't wait to meet you in person. Yeah, what are the odds on bad weather, right? It's got to be like 80% chance of snow, just like that weekend, right? In advance, it's always bad weather. Lisa has the bruises to prove it. Tony will run the knock table. Tony is, I hate giving Tony credit publicly. He did a great job helping me in Baltimore. He did a great job. But I will not be bringing the knock table. I want to attend a pen show and see what it's like. All right, so I'm going to go book my room. So I should probably tell Scott I'm going just to see if he needs help with anything. I might actually have to turn on the heat today, which is going to be a mistake. Scott will say, ask Eric. Okay, I'll email Eric. Morrissey stole my psyche. Man, I was the... I'll be frigid. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit chilly. All right, so... LA born and bred and afraid of weather. I do not blame you for that. Like, I'm not afraid of weather, but I get not wanting to go do that. I've been around Lisa Van Ness enough to where if it drops below 60, I feel like I might have to take her to the ER. So I definitely understand that fact. All right, so we need to come in Thursday and leave. So here's the thing. So I always, if I'm working the show, I'll always come in Thursday night or Thursday afternoon and leave Monday morning. Should I try to leave Sunday? If I'm just attending the show, come in Thursday. I still want to be there all day Friday, all day Saturday. Should I leave Sunday? Because I always stay Sunday nights because that's when I write the member newsletter pen show recaps. So I don't mind staying in the hotel and spending the hours that I take to do that. But it's such a benefit to be able to leave Sunday. I think I'm going to leave Sunday. Yeah, the only reason I say stay would be to work. And I can work on the plane and get home and still get my workout by Sunday night. Like, otherwise, I'd always leave Sunday nights. Even if I worked, I'd even just leave late. But I always just book out that 4 hours or so at night just to work. Busy flying out Sunday night. Yeah, I would actually fly out in the afternoon just to give me time to work. I'm going to leave Sunday. Plus, that saves a hotel night. What is going on here? All right. Arrive Thursday. Leave Sunday. Thursday to Sunday. Yeah, Baltimore's not too far after. That's the next one I'm gonna book. I'm not gonna book that today. So that's a pretty good rate on the rooms, 129 a night. That's pretty good. Do you want me to get a double room just in case? I don't care. I'll split the room with somebody. Should I get a double room just for backup? I'll get a double room just for backup. Because I don't care. Yeah, so with the taxes and total and everything, it's still only $450 for Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, for 3 nights. That's not bad. Did I log in? Yeah, I logged in. That is my information. All right, booking this now. Yeah, sharing helps with the money. Sharing also helps with, or double room, even if I end up not sharing. But I'm a better roommate than Dan. I can see that. My downside is snoring. Dan's downside is coming in at 4 o'clock in the morning and not wanting to go to bed. So it's a balance. Dan, and he snores. Okay, so. Ooh, that is totally the wrong credit card. Let's not put this on the family credit card. My wife might not like that. So after this, we got to go book a flight. Isn't this thrilling? This is thrilling content this morning, guys and gals. What position do I sleep? I am a side sleeper, generally. And I'm side sleeper, I guess. Is that the right answer? Oh, Mike's... yeah, I'm a very easy roommate. You can ask this Mike. You can ask the Mike I travel with a lot. I will admit to being a very easy roommate. I do not care about a lot of things. So nothing bothers me. Do whatever. Coming from Gary V's title. Now that's an empire. That's a whole conversation. Business. All right. Am I going for business, pleasure, or other? What would be other if it wasn't business or pleasure? What are your other choices? More than a... All right. I talk so much while I'm trying to do this. Pleasure. I talk so much like when I'm writing or doing these streams. Like we knew crime light. One of y'all might get that in this chat. So when I was doing the newsletter last week or 2 weeks ago for the Burton and the Tallulah, I was writing the Knock newsletter while we were talking here, and it was a guarantee that it was like 200 words and I was going to screw something up, and I read it and proofread it, and y'all were yelling at me, send it to me to proofread it, and I'm like, nah, I got it. I've done all the things. And then boom, there was like a big grammatical error in it, and it was just, it's frustrating, but that's how I roll. Espionage. I like that. I'm other espionage. So I had to double check my dates. All right. What is 17th, 18th, 19th? All right. Thanks for booking direct, Brad. Oh yeah, maybe I should have booked around. Oh well, I gotta book it to get this rate, for the Pen Show rate. I do use Booking.com for like my family stuff, or just other, like not anything that I don't have a code for. So this is a Sheraton booked through Marriott Bonvoy. Okay. All right. Let's get a flight. I think next year I'm going to get a Delta card and cancel my bank card. So I use SunTrust as my bank, and my work credit card is just the SunTrust MasterCard, right? There's no real benefits to it. at all. But I've after all these years of flying, I've decided to just stick with Delta no matter what, as long as the cost is in the ballpark. So I might as well get like one of the Delta, like the basic Delta Amex card that can get like bags checked and other crap like that. So I think I'm gonna do that next year. I have to read up on that. I don't use credit cards much, so I'm not like a min maxer. Yeah, but I feel like if I'm gonna commit to Delta, I mean, hello, fly out of Atlanta, it'll get you anywhere. I might as well try to benefit some from it, even if I only travel 5 or 6 times a year. At a minimum, I'll make the fees back in bag check fees, like first bag check. All right, I'm assuming Philly's PHL. Only one airport in Philly. Yeah, like I flew Southwest for years was my primary, and then the more crap I had to carry to shows, it was just easier for me to use Delta. Lost your personal airline benefits? Yeah. My company did that when I worked for Rico. Round trip, we're going to leave, what are these dates? January 16th? Is that the day I'm arriving? Yeah, 16th. And we're going to leave Sunday the 19th. Woke up this morning. Yeah, no, I don't want to drive that far. 1 passenger, please. So yeah, long story, or not long story, rewinding back, I think I'm going to cancel my bank card that I might get like a tiny bit of cash back, like it's not even like a 1, 2, 3% thing based on things. I think it's almost like nothing. It was just easy to do it with all my banking together for a business card. But now that I can just kill this card and use the Amex, should be fine. I did look that up. It looked like it was only like a 20-30 minute drive. That's not that bad. That's pretty much like what the Atlanta airport's like. All right, so this is a Thursday. How about noon? Arrive at 2. And then return, I would like an afternoon. How about 2:50? That way I can hang out some Sunday morning. I am not renting a car. I'll never rent a car for a Pen show unless I'm staying before or after. I can't tell you the last time I've rented a car. I wouldn't even know. Like, this would be a trip where I might not even, like, check luggage. Like, I just need my little carry-on and backpack. Yeah, 11:50 a.m. or 2:50 p.m. I think probably 2:50, huh? Even though the 11:50 one's, like, $30 cheaper. So these are the thought processes I have when I'm trying to fly back. I have to work on Sunday. I have to write. So do I get home? I should probably do 11:50. $12, $10. I should probably do 11:50. It's cheaper anyway. I have never rented a car. You're not missing out. Yeah, 11:50 means no show Sunday, but that's okay because everyone, like, I can still see people milling around at the hotel for eat breakfast at the hotel, see all my friends one last time, and then head out and get to the airport and start working. And then I land at 2, then that puts me home by like 3:30 because it's like an hour and a half from the airport to my house, and then I still have time to finish writing. Sunday can be a little busy, then I want to go earlier. So, okay, I'm happy with this. 1150. 316 round trip. That's pretty good for Delta. It's not cheap. Those are Comfort Plus seats too. Are you traveling? Yes. Woke up this morning. All right, this is so I'm picking seats now. This is a 3 and 2 configuration. 3 seats one side, 2 on the other. I'm always an aisle person. Yeah, Atlanta prices are expensive. It's just they've been expensive in general the last 3 or 4 years. The flight rates have really gone up. This was probably used to be like a 198 flight, right? Or 224 flight, like 3 years ago. But even like Southwest, it would probably be 250, 280, something. I don't know. So Delta's definitely expensive. Any other window people in the chat? I'm an aisle. Yeah, if I was taking a long flight, I would actually reconsider and maybe do window. Short flights, I like aisle. I just like the leg room. All right, is that what I want? All right, that's that flight. We're good. Aisle every time. So it looks like I can get the same seat in both flights, which I tend to do if available. So that's that. Always aisle. Yeah. So if I did check a bag, I won't be checking a bag this flight. So the Delta first bag fee is $30 and the annual fee for the card is like $99. So like 3-ish trips pays for that. I'll check a bag several times a year. So that's me talking myself into the credit card next year. Domos, passenger info. Really, the window makes me feel more trapped. Like one of the last times I flew with Jeff, I had to get him to change seats with me because I started like having a panic attack. I was like, no, I'll be fine on the window. And then he was the aisle and someone else was in the middle. And it was the last row of the plane. So like the overhead bulk, I was like feeling like enclosed. I was like, can we switch? What do I need to correct? Oh. Yeah. Oh no, it's a physical reaction choice. I don't like to be blocked in. Trip protection, no. Okay. Oh yeah, being in the middle of one of like those 6-seat rows, that would be a nightmare. When me and my wife went to London for Mike's wedding a couple years ago, like I made sure to book early so we could get like not stuck in like the big bulk in the middle. All right, we're booked. Going to Philly, hopefully. I better not be able to cancel this. Better not have to cancel this, but I'm not planning on it. All right. Yay. I should probably tell Scott. Also, poached eggs on toast or hummus toast. I mean, that's two wildly varying things. I would go poached eggs on toast first, but I'm not opposed to hummus toast. Gave up the window for an empty aisle because the guys next to me were drinking heavily. That would have sucked. Oh, that's awesome, Mike. Are you selling like Inkdependent stuff? You're not Franklin Christoph, like your own personal stuff? That's awesome. Well, then I can come by and check on you and see if you need help instead of you coming by seeing if I need anything. So, well, the tables are turned. I guess literally. Well, that'll be fun. Oh, sharing with Tammy. That's right. You told me that the other day. That's awesome. I love Tammy. Although, if she brings a bunch of sailors, that could be a problem. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh, yeah. Big group on a plane to take over a section. That's not bad. It's a little bit more comfortable when you know the people next to you in the flight. All right, I'm going to cut on the heat here for a second because even when I'm done streaming, which I won't be for a while, I got some work to do off stream, and I'll be in here, and it needs to be warm. Yeah, the thermostat says it's 59 in here right now. I think we need to ramp that up a little bit, don't you think? All right. No. Yeah, it's definitely heat time. It is 43 right now outside. Overclock the computer? I should. All right. Too much emails. Yeah, that's 56 to 80. That's pretty awesome. 77 in Florida. 29 for Jesse. Oh, this mouse doesn't move my computer mouse. I just realized that. All right. I have... pin that reservation. Pin that reservation. All right, I'm gonna hit a couple emails in here. I've been shipping a bunch this week, but I took the last couple days off, so I got people looking for orders. Which, when I don't ship every day, happens. Which I understand. I don't mind that. But let me check this one order real quick. Oh, that is a lot of orders. I don't think this thing updated. When did... Oh, so yeah, I think I have a... I did not order loaners. Y'all want to look at pin colors for loaners today? We can do that. I think I have... So when I ship on postal holidays, like I'll do a lot of shipping Sundays, right? And even though, Monday would normally be a postal day, Monday was a holiday here in the U.S. So I shipped on Sunday and Monday, and I'll just bring them and dump them in those big bins at the post office, those big double handle things. So what happens is on the shipping platform is that they will end up not notifying, they will not send out the emails that the products got shipped. So that's what happened. So that's why I like to check these emails. So now I can go in and look at. So Jonathan, yours, I'm looking right at yours. And it didn't send. But you should get one now. Yeah, this is pretty annoying. Hey, Foxhound. So I just found, thanks to this one emailer asking, where's my order, that a bunch of the notifications didn't go out. You just got your notification because... No. I'm just saying that, Jonathan, because now that I went and looked, I can see the list, and they're not there. Michael, did it just come in right now, like since I've pushed the button? So my story is that when I ship on Sundays, yeah, ShipStation has issues. When I ship on Sundays, like I can't like do an end of day form. The postal tracking mails don't go out. It's a whole huge pain in the butt, and it should just automatically send like when it's available. But I mean, is there even another decent option besides ShipStation? All right. So it looks like the emails are going out now, but not all of them. Oh, good. Glad you like them. Oh. Jonathan. Oh, let's call out Jonathan real quick. Yours didn't come out because you're at the Carolina Pen Como Panny. You can't spell company. So let me fix that for you. Ding dong. Yeah, so if I ship on Sundays, which I do a lot, these notifications don't always roll out. But they've all been sent now, except Jonathan, who can't spell his own email address. Is this the guy you want to give money to build you a pen? Might want to reconsider. Just kidding. All right, so thank you, kind customer, for saying, hey, where's my order, for me to find out that, hey, at least on my side, your order shipped, but you didn't get notified. These notifications affect my Squarespace integration too, because it will not mark the orders as shipped until that notification gets sent. So it's a whole kerfuffle going on. You put there was an extra O in company somewhere. Central Jersey is the only good Jersey. I've been to Jersey more times than I care to admit for my old job. So we actually stayed in northern New Jersey because our work was in Sterling Forest, New York. So we'd stay in Jersey right over the line because there was no hotels between there and Sterling Forest. What was the town we stayed in? What's a town by in that area? I can't think of the town that we'd stay in, but we stayed there all the time. But I can only think of where the facility was in New York, Sterling Forest. It was a big town. I just don't know what it's called. Well, it was at least a town with like things and hotels and restaurants and car dealerships. I'll have to look it up. Not big town as in like Newark, but no, it wasn't West Milford. How did you guys figure out what nib width you like? I'm on a budget and thinking about getting a single Lamy and all the nibs to test. So that's subsidy to get. So yeah, testing helps. I did it because of what I liked in gel pens and ballpoint pens. Like I knew I liked to write small. We stayed in Mawa. So yeah, that's where we stayed. Mawa. So for the nib size, I wanted to find something I could write fine with, and I knew that with fountain pen nibs, I was going to be a challenge. Like this is when I was discovering fountain pens for the first time, and what always kept me from them is I didn't think I'd be able to write small enough. And even the Lamy EF is fine, but it wasn't until I got to try some Japanese fine and EF nibs that I could really see the Lamy nibs. So based on what you write with now, you can tell I would start with like a Lamy fine or extra fine because they're going to be wide to begin with, and then you can see if you want like a broad nib or something like that. I wouldn't think that right out the gate unless you have a big flowing script type of handwriting. So especially like if in Germany you are able to test that. Like I still find Lamy extra fine nibs to be wide, but in an enjoyable spot. But they're like a medium Japanese nib for me, which I like. So yeah, that's what it was. Mr. October, what was your old job? I was in IT, so I worked in a data center and I was on the storage team. So our disaster recoveries were in Sterling Forest, New York, at an IBM facility. That was their disaster offsite DR site for our company. So that's pretty much the only thing that's in Sterling Forest, I believe. So I'd have to go up there at least once a year, some years twice. And I would spend more time at IBM than I would at the hotel. Like, when it's a disaster recovery, it's like there's no off time. It's like a 24 to 48 hour window depending on what we're doing, and you just go do that. Some of us will go home, sleep, go to the hotel, sleep, and then rotate in and out. So have I ever tried the Platinum UEF nib? Yes. It is very extreme. It's kind of close to too extreme for me. I could use it in moderation. I wouldn't want to write with it every day. By the same token, I have Sailor extra fine nibs that I have ground down to a needle point, which I enjoy more. I don't know if it's the smoothness, a little more tipping on the Sailor nib than the Platinum nib that makes me enjoy it more. But I never got along well with the UEF, even though I thought I would. Yeah, Mr. October, for our data center was 24/7, 365, so I worked a lot of third shift. I worked all the shifts, but third shift the most. I do not miss that. So not even I like the UEF. But I like my needle points that I've gotten. All right, so I need to ship the rest of these. Who is this? Jared. All right. Sold my Stilo art, which is great. Such a good pen. Have we discussed Leonardo pens? Not specifically. I need to do the review on mine. I very much like it. It's a very good pen. And it's got some cool character. And I've seen some really neat colors of Leonardo that may be coming. I've seen pictures. I don't know if they're real pictures. I've seen pictures, though. I've seen a thing that I don't know that I'm allowed to say or if it really exists. But if I have the chance to share a thing, I will. And because I probably want to buy the thing too. Leonardo. Keep your eyes peeled, I'm thinking is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Mike, you're saying same for the thing that I'm saying? Like, are we allowed to say the thing? I don't even know. It could be for sale right now for all I know. I don't keep up totally. I can't keep up with all the things, but I've seen a thing and it's nice. It is not made of brown Arco. The thing that I have seen. I don't know exactly what Mike has seen. I'm guessing he's seen the same thing that I've seen. Would be my guess. So, Leonardo's as a whole are very, very good. I just have one. Well, there's the secret. So, Mr. Brooks there in chat did not know that he sold a bulk of material to a certain manufacturer. And I may have seen the final results of what took place. You were the thing. Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed. I don't tell secrets unless I'm told. I tease, but I don't go say, "Hey, look what Jonathan shared with me." Like, I don't go sharing around the things that we talk about. Like, does that pen exist? Is it for sale? Is it live on the internet, or am I allowed to talk about it or share it or whatever? And then you just come like, was it the political thing a couple years ago where this guy worked on this article for a year, and then like the person just went out and said it on the on Twitter. It's like they just said it on Twitter, like the whole year's worth of a it's on their IG story. Okay, so let's pull this up because this is a fun story. Close all my stuff here. Well, I guess it could be down. What is their Instagram? Man, y'all are gonna make me sign in. Leonardo official. Oh, you know what? Let me just do this. Let's go backwards. Leonardo da Vinci, Leonardo DiCaprio. Let's do this. Pins. Thank you, Tony. So let's see. In one of their stories. Can I get the stories on here? Log in to view this story. All right, I guess I gotta log in. I don't keep my logins on this thing. So, Mr. Brooks sold a bunch of material unknowingly that now exists in a Leonardo pen, and it's pretty amazing material. I'm not gonna lie. I try not to log in as many things on this computer, but I should probably log into Instagram as much as I am on this. So I go by the Pen Addict on Instagram. I should have known that part. Password I'm not going to tell you. Pretty sure I just typoed it. Yeah, there's a swirly, colorful blue thing. That is a Mr. Brooks material. see. All right, music nib, not the celluloid, not the Arco. So it must be gone. There must not be a traditional picture. I'll see if I have the text of it. I'll show y'all. Since they have put it out there. It is not in there. All right, here we go. Oh, it's on yours. That. So how can I make this, how can you make this pause? Can I make it pause? Pause. So that is a Jonathan Brooks Leonardo. So if you want one of those, how can we get this, Jonathan? That you won't see any money from? I would buy that pen. Too damn funny. All right, it's already a sauna in here. They did. Unbeknownst to Mr. Brooks. I keep putting on my Twitter feed, like, I'm not trying to hide this, like, this is just my normal Twitter feed. I don't have my DMs shown, but it's kind of annoying to be on the screen. But isn't that cool? I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, he got a cut, but, you know, could have gotten a bigger cut, you know. Depends on how you work it, right? Password Pen Addict 1. Yes, please try that. Okay, just looking back, Monk, you were getting some feedback on your Conan bulk filler daily driver, looking for another high-end demonstrator with a kind of clear body with a great nib. So, I have the 805 demo. I would second that. I love that. The 823 in clear is bulk filler style, right? Because it's a vac, and you can get the clear barrel. You just got to order it from the overseas market. Who did I use for that? It's a popular one. I forget the name of it. I could find it. Someone in chat probably knows. You could get the Sailor Pro Gear King of Pen demonstrator, or even just the regular Pro Gear. No. It was Tokyo Quill. It was a direct purchase. Tokyo Quill, something like that. All right, go teach the Utes, Mike. Oh, they don't ship it. Okay. That was years ago when I bought mine. Conan has put a halt to orders for six months. Tokyo Quill is out of that business. They got hand slapped. That sucks. Mine's at least 3 years old now, so that's about when I bought mine. It's that just frustrates me. They're on eBay. I can see that other markets go through it. Those decisions just frustrate me so much on the 823 specifically. It's only in 3 colors. You've made the same colors for like a decade. I don't know. It's maybe not that long, maybe longer. And you won't give everybody the chance to get the same 3 basic colors that you only make in that pen. It's super frustrating. All right, heat's already going down. Yeah, we went from 59 to 63 in this room, and now it's a sauna. Oh, the Amber's a great-looking pen. I don't know that that's even a minority statement. It's just not the one that I wanted when those are my 3 choices, right? That's the problem. It's like, why give us the smoke with now not all 3? That's the frustrating part. That's my argument, even supposing. That's my argument. But they, talking with the Pilot rep, it's just like I won't say they're uninterested. It just seems to be not a priority. Like, the colors that we do get are because Pilot USA has fought for them. Like in the what was the wine, and what was that model? Was that 74? I get those models confused. The round top where they did the two new colors, the wine color and the one blue color. Wine and teal. That was because Pilot USA fought to give the color, to make those colors. Like, they're just not going to, Japan's just not interested in it for whatever reason. I want the 912 in orange. I want to live in a world where they make limited 823s. Like, these are like cornerstone products in a product lineup. And the 912 is black and rhodium. And they have all these fancy nibs in them. Like, they're putting the good nibs in the 912s and even the 823s, and they're just black and rhodium. Like, and hey, I love my black and rhodium pens. If I have one though, I'm done. Like, I'm just done. But if you make that 912 in orange or purple or anything that's not black and rhodium, right, Sarah? That's accurate. They almost went too far with the decimos. If they reined that in and did 4 of them and release one every 3 months, maybe they get better buy-in. I don't know. Yeah, no one has all the answers. We don't have the answers. We don't know their business, But I like to yell about it because it seems obvious from an external perspective. But I always, at the end of the day, we are such a tiny market that we don't move the needle to whatever decisions they're making in the grand scope of, hey, we need to sell these pens around the world, right? So, good morning, Tessa. So the things that seem obvious to us are unfortunately not how big businesses run, right? All these businesses are big. Like, I yell at Pilot and I yell at Lamy, but these are mega businesses. Like, they are just massive, massive businesses. And little guy over here that wants the purple translucent pen is never going to get it. Unless Lamy hires me. Work on that. Who lives in Germany? Go over to Lamy, knock on the door and say, hey, Brad is looking to be your design lead designer. Gray Fox Sound, thank you. Yeah. Go down to Heidelberg, walk up to the door, say, I know this guy online that is a big fan of your brand, and he thinks he can make it even better, and you should hire him. So, or pick it out front with a sign. So yeah. Yep. So, make Lamy great again. That makes my mouth water at the aspect of getting my hands on something like Lamy's product line. Even more so than Pilot, to be perfectly honest. Because Lamy has a better market in the down market, the $0 to $200 range. Like, that's where I like to play. That's like the best market. Not that Pilot has a crap ton of products in that. I just think Lamy is pretty dominant there. Yeah, they've had those 38s out for a while, and they're great. Like, I bag on the G2 a little bit, but it's only because there are like the fancy Japanese ones that we can get, like the DX and the Juice and all those things are better. But the G2 on its own, compared to the other things you can buy on the shelf, is a really good pen. Like, and the .38 is really good. Oh, did Mike just leave? Mike got his loaner pens. The signal you keep on my desk keeps drying up on me. Is it the 307 or the RT1 or the DX? Which one do you use? I've seen that in the 207s, 307s, not as much in the RT or the DX. For sure, Sarah. Like, I couldn't believe Uniball put the DX over here, even though you can only buy it in a rainbow 8-pack or 10-pack. Totally agree, Mr. October. We talked about the vanishing point a lot at Dromgools with John Lane of Pilot. And I've said this before, I've even talked to him. It's such a good design that no one can knock it off. And he was talking about how a bunch of Chinese competitors have had to have attempted, and they just can't do it. Like, they cannot deconstruct and reconstruct that pen. No one can do it. It's pretty impressive. I think he said there's 20 different parts in a single vanishing point pen that you have to get to put together. DX refills on their own are hard to come by. Debate students love them. I love the vanishing point. It's just such a wonderful pen. Maquille Dialogue 3. How beautiful are those? They are beautiful. I will not knock them for how they look, but I don't know that was the right message. Just, it was weird. It was weird. I need to get my Dialogue back out because I will never love that pen, but I like it enough and I want to keep it. And I got the nib modified, so like the nib's good. Ooh, I've been wondering what pen to commit to that. It's a white one though. I guess. Yeah, and plus I want it to be a pen that I use all the time. And I wouldn't use I don't like the Dialogue is too wide for me to write with comfortably for a long period of time. You know, it's such a wide barrel. Make me love you, Dialogue. A few Sailor Pro Gear Slims I'm thinking about selling. What's the best way to go about it? Pen Addict Slack, Reddit, Pen Swap. Is that the pen thing on Reddit? Reddit Pen Swap. Fountain Pen Geeks, I think, still has a decently active board, buy sell trade board. That's kind of the main things. I miss anything? No, I don't think you missed anything. You missed how amazing the Pilot vanishing point is from a technical perspective, that not even the Chinese can knock it off. Oh, virtual pin show on Instagram. That's another one. You texted me. I have my phone on silent for some reason. I don't know. I'm not hearing the text or getting them on my watch. Now that's hilarious. That's legit hilarious. Yeah, you might could just sell the sailors right here in chat. I don't care. Y'all can do whatever you want in chat. Because I'm clearly doing whatever I want here. I just booked a hotel and a flight. I'm avoiding the rest of my work because y'all are just so fun to talk to. Yeah, so now as the turntables, right? Too funny. Yeah, I'm supposed to be chat anarchy. I'm okay with that. Y'all are nice. That's why the pen community is so fun. Like, I need to be uploading pictures to the Knock website right now, but yeah, it's more fun to just listen to chat. Oh, now an alert came through. Slack is slowed down. Sell trade is a shame. You know, sometimes it just gets too big for its own self. You know, I think the size is an issue. Yeah, that's great, Jonathan. That's hilarious. Ask him if they're on sale and where can I buy one. Tell him you need one for me. Yeah, I talked about, was it last week? Was it here that I was talking about, the Pen Addict Reddit and just Reddit in general? But yeah. Slack is great. It's been great. It's really cool. Work on getting yourself too, Jonathan, please. But yeah, it's also just big and unwieldy. We're about to cross 3 million messages in Slack. I was going to make a post once we cross 3 million messages. We're at like 2.91 million messages in Slack. It blows my mind. I can't believe that number when I see it. I remember when we crossed 1 million messages. We should sound off numbers and just move into multiple Slacks in competition, like Hunger Games, Slack Hunger Games. Mm-hmm. What is and where is Slack? You're not lame at all. It's okay. You don't need to know. Like that's not like it hasn't been like a need to know thing. But it's basically an online messaging app that you just email me and we'll send you an invite to. And it's just we have a pinned Slack. Basically, it's just an online. It's basically a time suck. It's not like a forum to where like your messages are permanent. It's basically an online chat room that's separated into different topics, and you can go into those rooms and chat about those topics. And there's a channel in there called Sell Trade where a lot of buying and selling happens. It is a work message thing, but we've used it for evil. We've used it for its non-intended purposes, and because of that, we don't get all the features that full-fledged Slack installs get. So, like, when you upload images, they're usually gone. Yes, please email me. All I need is an email address to send the invite to. And then you'll join, and then you'll see all the channels that you can join, and there's a Sell Trade channel. So, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's really grown, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Slack is full. Pretty much. Slack was full with like 5 members. That was already like, I think they still charge like $5 a head. Like, could you even imagine? I couldn't. The Slack is imperfect, but I love it. That's totally fair. That's what I was saying. I almost wish if you go into Slack knowing that this is going to be a discussion / learning / educational type question you're about to ask, I almost think it would be better to live somewhere like on Reddit to where it can go back and be searched, right? I get all the chat. Like Slack is really good for like live chat and you're just having a conversation like we're having in this chat room. But it's like, hey, I'm having this problem with this sailor nib and here's the things I've tried to figure out. What can I do? Like those types of things. It would be cool if that was accessible later. Information that was accessible later. Slack does not allow for that. Well, our version of Slack does not allow for that. I do not use my own Slack channel. Fair. I'll say that's fair. I have enough other time sinks. And that's what Slack, like, I wasn't kidding. Slack is a time sink. But it's good to have, like, if you have time to just go chit chat and, have general questions about fountain pens and inks and other things, gardening. Yeah, the Discord came up after the Slack was already built. In retrospect, I think Discord's probably a better platform for what we're using the Slack for, but it's been too I think the Slack's just like too far gone to cut over to Discord. I think in the end Discord would be if not equal, a better platform. So if Slack ever kicks us off, Like, would Slack ever kick people off that are overusing and abusing the free tier? I don't know. We have almost 3 million messages. I go into Slack with either a specific question or with a time limit. That's hilarious. That's a bumper sticker right there. That says everything. Pen Addict Slack, too big to fail. Can you imagine what some Slacks look like? I imagine they're just enormous. If I'm not sleeping, I'm in Slack. Like, I could not have that open all day. So I rarely have it open, period. Make a Discord for those who are in Slack or in the know. There's fountain pen Discords. Oh, so Discord can allow you to reasonably boost up the interface of the Discord server you're on. That's pretty cool. Like, I think Discord's a better platform for how we would use it in the end. At the time when I set it up, Discord existed, but I wasn't really aware of the tools, and they've definitely improved it over the years. Oh, there's no such thing as keeping up with Slack. It's not possible. I think that's a fair move, Lindsay. Like, I mean, they joke about me not being in my own Slack, but it's not really a joke. I'm just never there. I don't have the time to spend. I'll pop in and like look in like general and fountain pens like once or twice a week, and I'm usually out within 5 minutes. And so it's a lot. It's fun. Like, I enjoy that it exists. It has gotten really large though, you know, and it's not actively moderated. You know, fortunately this community's pretty good about that, but things slip through the cracks sometimes. Feelings get hurt, fights get had. That's the internet, but it happens less in this realm than any, but you'd like it to be none. All right, even supposing. Glad you got to hang out. This day of nothing. This was the Seinfeld episode of the stream. This was a stream about nothing today, which end up being the best. Like, we've gone an hour and a half, and it seems like 5 minutes. And I'm sitting here staring at the list of work that I need to get done, and I'm just not interested. Yeah, the number of active users at any given time isn't actually that big. Totally agree. And the amount of users that actively participate is such a small percentage, but it's still just a big active group. It's good. I'm glad it exists. It has served its purpose pretty well, I would say. No regrets, only chat. That's right. All right, now all of a sudden my messages decide to work. I just realized I'm making faces while I'm texting. That's probably right, Tony. I would have guessed more like 200. Here's something we're playing around with, which you won't be able to see clearly. You are in a better position to know these things. We're doing like, so the spoke finial is either stamped for the silver ones or etched for the black ones. This is like a raised logo, like lacquered logo. That's pretty dope. I know you can't see that very well on stream, but how about that? That's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Totally fair, Mr. October. I love hearing that. Spice grinder. Brian can make spice grinders. He's probably made like salt and pepper shakers, I'm sure. That's a test prototype picture. That's not a, this is a thing coming picture. We don't know if it'll work. So, but we got that done. Brian got that done. It looks really good. It's very sharp, very clean. All right, Great Fox Sound, have a good one. Appreciate you hanging out. Go tell Lami I said hi. If they need my email address or phone number, I can send it over to you. Just let me know. Thanks.
Ready, Monster?
All right.
Hey, what's up?
My internet just died? I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Hey, what do you... I wrote a note here.
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what this shit has happened.
And I think I'll take your advice on it.
I'm
Just only halfway kidding. Have you seen anything come out that you're interested in being reviewed that hasn't been reviewed yet? Like I'm always like my review queue is dozens of products long, but I'm always moving things around for what I want to do. And right now, there's very few like super hot immediate things that I want to get out. Is there something else playing in the background here? No, it's quiet in here.
I'm gonna have to like relaunch the game.
There's some construction going on, but I can barely hear it.
No, I think my main connection just.
I don't hear anything.
If it happens again, I'm just gonna have to call the ISP chat. I don't know what happened there.
No video. I have the Morrissey thread and TweetDeck up. That's the only thing running.
I don't know. Yeah, no luck today, chat. I don't know what happened. I think internet.
Another Twitch stream?
It might have something to do with them burying new lines for my new house or something. I don't know. That shouldn't have anything to do with it.
How about now? I found a second window running in the back. Did it just happen? I closed the browser window I had open, but I don't think there was anything running. That was weird because I didn't hear anything, but also my sound's jacked up, right? Like I don't hear the follower and sub beeps, but y'all do. But yeah, there wasn't anything that I did in that. I got a pop-up that a streamer I follow was starting. I wonder if I clicked on it trying to close it and launched it. I bet that's what I did. So I got a pop-up window and I went to close it. I bet I launched it around the time that y'all started saying you're hearing things now. That was probably Gothalion, King Gothalion. That's who I follow. That's funny. Sorry about that. I think that was my fault. Because I did find a second window running behind the window I had put up. Oh, he cusses a lot. He cusses a lot. But I follow him. Well, one, because he's entertaining and he's funny. But I follow him because he does... I've got a lot of my charity tips from him. And I've got a lot of like business insight from him because he owns... Like, he's a streamer. He's a super successful streamer. He is part owner of a company that employs a bunch of streamers. He owns part of a coffee company. So he's always talking about business and advertising and how they, manage content and things like that. So that's actually why I follow him, but mainly because he's funny and he plays the games that I'm interested in. But I've stuck with him because I've learned a lot, especially the video game charity event that I've been to the last 2 summers. If y'all seen me, check it out. That's his event, and now it's become like a huge thing. And it started like 4 years ago. They were in a bar, like a Buffalo Wild Wings, and now they're having like mega $1 million worth of production done for their stream. So that's why I follow him a lot for that, and to see how they do run that business. It's very interesting to me. I would love to do some inside baseball stuff. I'm always open to questions. I'm very, happy to do that. But like, we should have a topic, sometime to just talk about. That would actually be a good B-side, or it would be a good members episode or something like that. It feels a little bit weird to just slip that into a live show, but I'm always up for any questions anyone ever has about businessy stuff. I'm happy to give you my experiences. Yeah, I'm an open book. There's one thing on my to-do list today that I need to write a post about Pen Addict memberships. So like, I'm very careful about overplugging stuff on my blog. So I have my advertising, and at the end of every post I put a snippet about, hey, Pen Addict memberships. But like this year I haven't written a single like, hey, come subscribe to the Pen Addict. And I should. Like, I very much believe that I should do that, but it's weird, right? That's a hard thing to ask, but like, that's the most important thing to me right now is the Pen Addict memberships. That's why I limit my advertising. Like, I don't do a ton of affiliate link stuff because I want to focus on the memberships. So one thing Memberful, which is my membership platform, has never done is allowed PayPal as a payment option. But what they did, like in the last few months, is allow for gift codes. So I'm going to write a post saying if you've ever wanted to be a Pen Addict member, but only wanted to use PayPal, because some people, hey, that's the slush fund, right? And they, I can set it up. It's a more work on my end, but it's easy. We can do an annual membership paid via PayPal, and I send you a code for a year. And like, I just need to do that. And like, I don't know why I'm so tentative about doing that. I just am. So, Brad, can I review the Shibui pen cases? Do you have a link to that? I will certainly take a look at them. Yeah, self-promotion feels douchey. It's also how I make my living, right? So it's this weird thing. And I've always been a person to just like, my philosophy has always been let your work stand for itself and people will find it, right? Let your work stand on its own. Create good stuff, do good things, and people will find it, right? At some point, you have to push the self-promotion button as well, right? And managing that is a personal challenge of mine. Like, I follow people who I really love and make good content and are pushing their own content all the time. And I was like, I can't wrap my head around that as a person, but like, I don't mind that they do it, right? They're trying to make their own way. Oh, that's pretty nice. The 8 vial ink sampler case. Cool. I'll save this link. I'll take a look at them. I like that. I like that style. So, that's like one of the business things I like to talk about all the time. Need a Mike style membership promo? What's that? You hate ads? That style? Right, like I follow you on Instagram, but like I didn't realize you had a YouTube channel, Tessa. But like, and I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but I would still go follow your channel. Yeah, like a dream scenario for me would be able to sell enough memberships to do an ad-free site. I don't think that will ever happen because other things go into advertising relationships, that are valuable to me, not just monetarily, but like the relationships that I have with advertisers. But I limit them, like I list out my limits of what I advertise and how I share products and things like that, because I sell memberships. Like I'm doing things a little bit different because my situation's a little bit different. Beanie Duck, that's a good way to put it. No one's going to support you like you can. Believe in what you do and tell everyone you can about it, right? So like I very much believe in myself, and it's still hard to share, like, you know, like every day. So keeps the blog ad limited, right? Endless Pen carries them. Okay, let me look at that. The Noodler's triple tail is a different flex nib that actually works. I saw it at Dromgool's. I didn't come home with one. It actually works. It's a flex nib that actually works. That's the best way I can put it. I watched a ton of people try it and test it out. Sorry, I'm just writing this note. Did I see the new FC Steel flex nibs? I did not. Got a link. Link me up. Let's take a look at them. Thank you, Red Hen, for for showing me that. That looks cool. Like, that's exactly what I'm interested in. Like, what are you seeing out there that I may not have seen that looks like something that, you know, the Pen Addict audience would like? That's perfect. So back to the business stuff. I'm not great at everything or anything, most people would say, but I am really good at being open and sharing stuff because these are the things I wanted to know too at the time. And if I can help someone else, that's what I'm here for. All right. I did not see this. Let's see here. Tricky. Flex EF. HPS Steel Flex EF. That's worth $25 to try to see if it works. I have not tried the KWZ Sheen machine. That looks pretty cool though. I just don't need it. Like, I'm happy with the Diamine Sheen, and I think one of those is very similar in color to the KWZ Sheen machine. So I haven't like run out to like specifically buy that. That looks good, Tony. I would totally try that. I don't really do flex either, but I like that it at least starts at an extra fine, which is something like I prefer in my flex nibs. Like, this is a different scale of pen. Price scale, that is. But the Aurora Flex, it writes such a fine line just in the normal line. Like, I like it, because then I can push it a little bit if I want a little bit of flex to it. So I will definitely be buying one of those nibs in Philadelphia. Not before. That's like not something I'll rush out and get. Yeah, that Scribble Purple is a cool ink. But actually, I need to write down that snub. Cool. That's a good price. That's like a totally fair price, and I'd be interested to see how it works. It looks like it probably would work. Be curious how well the nib lasts over time, since it's just long tines. Yeah, I mean, it's $25, and I mean, nothing means it will not break later, no matter how much what the design is or how much you pay for it. You just have to see. So I either got the temperature right in here, or I've had enough coffee now. I actually feel comfortable. Stacy, we're going to permit the term a-hole in this chat. It just got dinged for a-hole. That's like Pen is. But I haven't seen. I don't know what you're talking about. I get the idea, though. That sounds like something that maybe they did themselves. With the 1911, I could see that. Have like a chain hole, chain loop. Yeah, there's more than enough room in there. The hardware doesn't start till pretty far down. I bet you could get a drill bit through there. I'm just wondering if Sailor did it or someone did it aftermarket. Sounds like an aftermarket thing to me. But it would have to be a 1911 Mini, yeah. Now I want to see it more because you're saying mini size. That just hit me that like that would be really long. It sounds like a Bungsbox thing totally, or a Kingdom Note. But a mini version, a mini 1911. Someone posted it in Slack. Well, it's already gone. Whoosh, into the ether. He gone. If you do find it, send it to me. Don't send it to me in Slack, though. I'll never see it. I don't think you... Yeah, I don't know that would work with the Pro Gears. I'm interested. 1911 Mini, huh? Man, Slack is... They should just call it Black Hole. Slack Black Hole. Does this have... Someone actually have a picture of it. These look like LeCoul's to me. These don't look like 1911s. Or the shape. Oh, the Profit. Yep. I got you. Yeah, that's what these are. It's the Profit Mini. Okay. Slack hole. Damn it, Evan. That's perfect. Sailor Profit Slim Mini. Which means they probably have a steel nib. That's cool. I like them. Yeah, mini you can wear. Sign you up. And they're cool looking. I'm in. Oh, they do have 14 karat gold nibs or 21K Naginata Togi. What the hell is happening here? Holy cow. These have to be... Do these still exist? Brad, what's your experience with Sailor steel nibs? Generally poor. The High Ace Neo, their cheapest, is the best. Once you get into the LeCoul and Profit, I've had a terrible, terrible time. Oh, the Profit is the regional name for the 1911? Ah, then that makes a lot more sense. Thank you, Evan. So I have not had a good experience with Sailor. Although I reviewed the Regulus years ago. That was pretty good. The LeCoul was not. I did not like it at all. So the hit and miss, I guess, is the answer. High Ace Neo, I've never had a problem with. The Regulus, do they even make the Regulus anymore? It was a metal barrel with a steel nib, about an $80, $90 pen. It was very good. The LeCoul is about the $40, $50 range, and I did not like those steel nibs at all. Too inconsistent, too scratchy. Didn't feel Sailorish. Look out for that. So yeah, these are great. But is he saying these are long ago? So this article was in 2015. These pens came out in 2014. And it doesn't look like they make them anymore. quasi-secret limited edition is a very strange marketing strategy. I would totally be in for one of those. Pen Addict Sailor collab. I have questions to ask. The minimum's pretty high, if I would even be allowed to do it. But I might have an in. I'm efforting. I don't have my hopes up. I'd have to see if I could pay for the minimum. I'd have to see if I could afford it. I don't know that I'd do a pre-sale on something like that. I'd rather do a hype train sale. Hype it up for like 6 months and then sell them all. I wouldn't do a Kickstarter for that. Next Kickstarter will probably be the Pen Addict Kickstarter for next year. I was working on those plans with Mike yesterday. We got some ideas. And then if we do knock, we might just do knock. Knock, we might do pre-sell instead of Kickstarter the next time we do it. The Pen Addict thing just works better on Kickstarter, even though the issues that they have. Would throw so much money to Sailor Pen Addict collab. So would I. Totally off topic. There are a lot of colors and materials out there, but what are your thoughts on pens with more graphic elements? It depends. Like I'm into graphics and wildness and loud, obnoxious pens. But there is a limit in what I want in the pens. So, 2 extreme examples: Bennu pens, I do not like. David Oscarson pens, I do not like. One is $90, one is $9,000. But they're both a very graphic heavy, style of pen. Other graphic, I like materials that are wild and swirly. I don't necessarily like embellishments on pens, like a Bennu would. So if you have specifics, like I'm glad to opine on them, but it just depends. It depends. Have I reviewed any Ferris wheel press stuff? I have not. I have not been thoroughly compelled, although I've been compelled. Not enough to totally. Yeah, that's the thing, Tony, is the selling price would be in the night. It would just have to be in that 4 a.m. range. It'd have to be like $300. You're thinking more like street graffiti? Well, I'm a street graffiti artist fan, so I would love that. It would depend on how it would be pulled off on a pen. Van Ness has Ferris wheel. Okay, then I'll do that. I'll go through Lisa and get something to try. The inks did not interest me at all. I was more interested in the pen. I didn't think the inks were that special other than the packaging. So you wouldn't do a Jinhao 999 Dragon? I hadn't seen that one. Yeah, we've definitely talked about Ferris wheel and how pretty their packaging and design are. I just haven't tried the products. They look good though. I would totally try them. Like I said, the inks didn't seem special enough to me to try. Bring the podcast to Baltimore. I'd love to. It's just not, the timing doesn't work for that type of Kickstarter. Not to say we couldn't figure it out one year, but maybe not this year. Where are we thinking of going? A place in the U.S. No London or Tokyo pen shows yet. I think we really might try to do the 10th anniversary in Tokyo though. How wild would that be? Can you imagine? That would be dope. Pretty crazy. San Francisco did that last year. Although I'd do that again. Dallas. We have a winner. We're thinking about doing Dallas, but not doing a pen show, not doing a live episode. So don't hold me to that. It's not finalized yet. I got to talk to some people about some things. We do some other things. If we did the Dallas show, it'd be a little bit different. That's what we're thinking. That's where we're putting our focus towards. So you can quote me on that, but you can't say it's a guarantee. Nice. Bradley, oh God, that's going to start already, isn't it? That's some imagery. That would be a poster. We could get Joey Feldman on that. So yeah, that's the working plan. It is not even remotely the finalized plan. But I'm okay sharing it because we need to launch this like in 2 months. So I'm doing work on it now. Yeah, or not. It's more likely or not. Definitely an or not situation. So that's the working plan. There's just a lot of moving parts to work out before. I have mixed feelings about attending a live show. It's fun. I enjoy it. I would want to do one like at every Pen show. Like every Pen show I went to, it's just a lot of work. Like I could commit to like the 2 we do, and that's enough. Because I'm working, then I'm working, and at some point it just need to stop. Yeah, you wouldn't fit in, Tony. The crowds are exceptionally well behaved. Shocker, the Pen people crowds behave well. Who knew? Who knew? No one's slinging ink at us or throwing pens or paper because it's too expensive. They can't be throwing that stuff at us. Yeah. After you did the first one and everyone like laser eyeballed you, or especially Mike probably, you go, yeah. Oh, you know what? Stephen Hackett would probably sneak up and slice your Achilles. That's what you need to worry about. Yeah, I wouldn't be afraid of Mike. I'd be afraid of Steven and your Achilles. That's what would happen. That's what would happen. Yeah, Steven would cut a man. That messed up his audio and video. There is no doubt in my mind that Steven would cut a man. Not for any other reason. Steven is the most nicest, harmless guy in the world, unless you mess with his AV. Nobody messes with Steven's AV. Yeah, those titles are easy. Live from the Atlanta Pen Show 2019. Boom. Done. We do not need a Kickstarter to get Tony to Atlanta. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Please hit the follow button. The little heart to be notified when the Pen Addict goes live. Yeah, notifications aren't working still. I don't get it. But we're just lucky I've got the audio fixed for today. So I think that's a wrap today, chat. This was way awesomer than I thought it might be with me running in here on you didn't get a notification? Okay. So we'll just blame Jessie, say it's her fault. So got a bunch more work to do. Today I will be updating some more pictures on the Knox site. No new products yet, but I hope to have the lookout and the fodder stacks coming soon. We'll see. So I'm gonna work on that. Got a bunch of other little stuff to do. So it's been good. It's been a good day. I need these streams. It's healthy because I don't get to talk. I don't get to talk to anyone in person outside of my family, like during the week. So yeah. Hey, I'm glad you chatted too, Beanie Duck. I just like calling you Beanie Duck. Thank you. I need the good luck on my work. So yeah. All right. That's it. Y'all know where to find me. If you need anything, give me a shout with any questions, any tips, tricks, goodness that I need to share with the greater fountain pen world. Y'all are awesome. Continue to stay awesome. I'm going to work on that, like the continuation part. I'm generally awesome, but sometimes, it's like this. Like yesterday was like this. Today we're about right here. So we're going to keep trying to peak up. Today I will keep warm. I still have about a half a thermos of coffee left, and I can turn up the heat one more time, but I'm gonna get to doing some more work. Y'all should think about doing the same, maybe. I don't know, it could be overrated, but y'all have a good day. Talk to you later.